Welcome back, beautiful people. It's your TTA Pro Mr. back with October 2020 EST episode. So هنبدأ with passage number 3 هنا النهارده. It's a double passage. So بالنسبة للدبل passage احنا بنعمل ايه؟ زي ما انتم عارفين احنا بنقرا أول passage، بنحل أسئلة أول passage. بعد كده احنا بنقرا تاني passage ونحل أسئلة تاني passage, and then we compare the two passages together. Um, do you read the passages? A double passage, I mean, yes. مش عيب لو قرأنا الباسج، مش هنخسر حاجة. ممكن مثلا في time issue بس ده بيتحل ده بيتحل ازاي with welcome back, beautiful people. It's your TTA Pro Mr. O. So we're going to read دلوقتي passage number 4, right? انتوا تكتبوا قدامي دلوقتي يا شباب. So we're going to review passage number 4. Now again, the passage that do you read the passage? Yes or no? ده يرجع ليك انت وانتوا شايفين او الدرجات بتاعتكم عامله ازاي. I prefer انا بقرا الباسج حسب الباسج. لو انا حاسس باسج تقيل زي passage 5 مثلا في الامتحان ده مش اقراها or skip around، يعني اخد فكره عامه. بس خدوا بالكم يا شباب برضو الريدنج ليفل عندي غير الريدنج ليفل بتاعتكم. So it's something, so what works for me مش شرط it'll work for you. صح؟ Let's begin with question number 21 or number 33. The author references the ugly duckling in line 22 as a an, right? So if you look at question number 22, but the sixth was like an ugly duckling. Now, خد بالك الباسج ده كان بيتكلمني عن a prodigy, طالب, he's a great painter, he's a great مش عارف ايه, and they discovered his talents. So he's like an ugly duckling. So what is this? This is a simile. I think everybody got this correct. The simile بيستخدم الphrase like or as وبيقارن two things مع بعض. A metaphor برضه بيقارن حاجتين مع بعض. For example, Osama is a rock, right? بس من غير like or as. Onomatopoeia is a sound, right? Boom, clap, bam, right? And personification, the human qualities to non-human things. So for example, the wind howled, right? So this is a human quality for something that is non-human. هنا نقول answer A. We're working with a simile here. Now again, I'm going to run through a few of these ليه؟ عشان we got these questions correct. فهنجز شوية. Young Andrea was most content when. Now, سؤال زي ده, right? ده سؤال evidence. Right? So هكتب evidence دلوقتي. 13 until 17, 26 until 30, 34 until 36, and 36 until 41. It's important احنا أول حاجة لو بتحلوا evidence الأول, right? Many students بيحبوا يحلوا evidence الأول. لو بدأت evidence الأول أنا عايز السؤال برضو في evidence. يعني السؤال بيركز لي على أو evidence هيركز لي على young Andrea when he is content. ويعني إيه content? What is the meaning of content? When he's happy. When is he the happiest? So I go through my evidence and I look for when is he the happiest, right? If I see here, right? Answer 15 بيكلمني عن having a happy life, بس احنا عارفين it's not answer or line number 15. ليه؟ عشان بيكلمنا عن Constanza. بيكلمنيش عن Mr. Young, a young Andrea as a child. If I go to 26 until 30, هل بيكلمني عن when is he the happiest؟ برضو لا. صح؟ If you read the line numbers يقول لي بس هو راح المدرسة بدري. Sharp boy, he went to school very early. If I go from 34 until 36, it is early days to begin work at 7 years old. Andrea thought it was quite as good as play. Well, is this discussing happiness here? Not really. It needs to be clear. It needs to be direct. لو بصينا بقى على 36 until 1. He was always perfectly happy if he could have a pencil and paper, and his drawings and designs were really so wonderful and good that his master grew to be quite proud of the child. طيب تمام. Does this show us when he is most content? Check. So الافرنس عندنا بيجاوب السؤال وبنعرف كده ازاي عشان فيها اجزاء من السؤال في الافرنس. Now we create a summary. When is Andrea most happy? When is Andrea the happiest? Again, he's perfectly happy when he had pencil and paper. And his drawings were great. Studying at school, actually that's the passage. لو قرينا الباسج وما بحبش مدرسة. Surrounded by pencils and papers. Is this a good summary of the answer? Yeah. He's happiest when he could have his pencils and papers. Reading and writing, again, he's an artist. No. Among his family, not mentioned. No. So do you see how لو أنا ببدأ بالإفيدنس الأول لازم الإفيدنس يجاوب السؤال. أنا مش بمشي evidence question or evidence answers. أنا بمشي evidence question and then answer choices, right? So here, number 34, I'm going to say B. Number 35, I'm going to say D. Let's go to number 36. All right, good job there, both, right? He was such a quick, sharp little boy that he was sent to school very early. Remember مع vocabulary, context is important, صح? عشان the word we choose هنا will fit the main idea of the vocabulary. So what is the main idea in a paragraph? ده السؤال اللي بسأل نفسي. What is the main idea here in the paragraph? That he went to school early. Why did he go to school early? Because he was sharp. So going to school early because he's sharp, does it make him harsh, intense, distinct, or smart? Which one does it do? Right? Makes you smart, right? Very good job there. Let's go to the next question, number 37. According to the passage, what is the best explanation as to why young Andrea was taken out of school? Why was he taken out of school? Remember برضو a good little trick ممكن تعملوها لما تيجي تحلوا أسئلة reading, simplify the question or repeat the question to yourself أو حتى اكتبوا الquestion تاني. Why was Andrea taken out? Right? Why was Andrea taken out? Well, if we go through here, if we go through the text, let's see. Where was it? Thank you. Right. He was such a quick, sharp little boy. He had learned to read and write before he was 7 years old, and that was considered quite enough education. Right here, it was considered quite enough education. His father then took him away from school and put him to work with a goldsmith. So why was he removed from school to work as a goldsmith? Right? Well, okay. Andrea was not doing well in school, but not really عشان هو كان أذكى أو smarter than the rest of his pupils. صح؟ عبد الرحمن قال لي إجابة D. Andrea's father did not support his education, but he did. I mean, we can assume this, بس احنا ما نعرفش he supported his education ولا لا. طلعه من المدرسة عشان يشتغل. بس ده معناها he doesn't support his education. Well, again, ما اعرفش ممكن الراجل محتاج فلوس، ممكن الراجل محتاج حد يشتغل معاه، ممكن حد محتاج مش عارف ايه. There's a lot of reasons why he could take him out of school. مش شرط he didn't support his education. So بالنسبة للانسر D, it's technically unsupported. Okay. it was uncommon for children of goldsmiths to receive a higher education. Again, هل احنا نعرف كده من text? One thing about the EST, it has to be in the text. B, Andre's education was not important enough to have him continue. This we can assume. Well, إيش عرفنا it was not important enough, right? Well, بيقول that was enough education. Right? ده كده خلاص خد education كتير قوي. So we can say or we can infer that, you know, it's not as important as being a goldsmith. عشان basically هو بيقول كفاية عليه كده. Question number 38 with 39, right? According to the passage, how did Cosimo initially feel about taking young Andrea as a pupil? Okay, so remember, that can سؤال evidence. So خلينا نكتب evidence عندكم هنا من 65 until 66, 70 until 74, 74 until 77, 78 until 80. Okay. So now we're looking for in our evidence. So what are we looking for, Shabab? How did Cosimo feel about the young Andrea as a pupil? That's what I'm looking for in the question or in the evidence. So let's begin من 65 until 66, right? Now طبعا لما اجي اقرا, one thing عايزكم تاخدوا بالكم بيها, we stick to the evidence, صح? This is the evidence, 65 until 66. بس لو انا بقرا الايفيدنس برضو مش عيب لو انا فهمت context of the evidence. Okay. اللي انا بقول لكم كده عشان لازم اقرا الاصفر او لازم اقرا الاخضر عشان افهم الاصفر. Our answer is here, no problem. But we still need to understand context of the evidence, right? He has a wonderful talent. I think Cosimo بيتكلم, صح? And already he has learned to mix his colors so marvelously that to my mind, there's no artist in Florence who knows more about color than little Andrea. Cosimo shook his head in unbelief. The boy is but a child, and the praise seemed absurd. However, the drawings were certainly extraordinary, and he was glad to receive so clever a pupil. So do these law numbers show us how Cosimo feels about young Andrea as a pupil? They do. What do these lines tell us? That Cosimo feels that Andrea is too young, right? Andrea is too young. Now, if I look at my answer choices, Cosimo was hesitant and did not entirely believe or release praise. Now, ده موجود here. بس عايزين نstick للevidence بتاعتنا, right? Or, you know, he was but a child and it was absurd. Do you see that? Does this show us Cosimo does not believe the praise? It does. عشان بيقول this praise, it's crazy. This praise is crazy. It's absurd. It's illogical. But I give me an answer A for number 38 and answer A for number 39. But let's check the other answer choices, right? عشان we have to work through these questions. One thing for the EST exam, أنا مش هقف على أول إجابة. عشان EST, they're very good. يديك نص الإجابة بس إجابة incomplete, right? They give you an incomplete question, incomplete answer. So it's really important نفهم كل الانسر choices بتاعتنا. So if I check my other answer choices, زي مثلا إجابة 70 to 74, right? But little by little, as Cosimo watched the boy at work, his unbelief vanished and his wonder grew until he was fond and proud of the people. So, well, again, is this the initial? Is this how he felt in the beginning? No. 70-74 does not answer our question. What about 74 until 77? He handles his colors as if he had 50 years of experience, he would say proudly, as he showed off the boy's work to some new patron. Again, it shows us how he feels. But is this an initial feeling? Initially, يعني في البداية, right? In the beginning, برضو no. And then finally, 78 until 80, برضو ده مش initial. So the only answer that gives us his initial feeling, Abdurrahman, is here. This is how he met. Oh, he met El Boy from the beginning. So he was hesitant and not entirely believe Barley's praise, and 65 until 66. Question number 40. According to the passage, what was special about Andrea as an up and coming artist? Right? What was special about him? Answer A. He was respectful and listened to those who knew more than him. He was a quick learner and did not tire from drawing. Andrea was originally a goldsmith. Andrea was a timid child who loved to learn. So in the text, when I look for it, I look for something related to him being special, him being unique, right? You can find it right here. And truly the knowledge of drawing and coloring seemed to come to the boy without any effort. This shows us how he is special. مش لازم يقول لي كلمة special عشان أفهم كلمة special. Remember, the author دايما will show us information مش هيتell, right? And usually لما يجي يسأله في the EST exam, يسأله information that's shown, not information that's told, right? So we can understand, well, how a natural painter, natural drawer, he's special. Not that he was idle or trusted to chance. He was never tired of work, and his greatest joy on holidays was to go off and study the drawings of the great Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. Often he would spend the whole day copying these drawings with the greatest care. So it makes him special, right? He was respectful and listened to. Well, no, right? He's a quick learner. Answer B. The other answers are probably in the text, but it doesn't mean that he's special. Question number 41. Context, right? Idol. What's the main idea? What's the main idea? He works all day, every day. صح? That's the main idea. So when we say he was idle or he was not idle, ده كده معناها ايه? He does not work. هو مش بيشتغلش. He's a hard worker. هو مش idle. يعني عكس hard worker is idle. صح? So which word here would indicate to us that the opposite of hard worker is idle? He's not lazy. Answer C. Because the main idea of the paragraph, the Abdurrahman, is that he is a hard worker. And finally, question number 42. I hate these questions so much. I'm sure both of you guys hate these questions as well. The passage mentions all the following except, right? What is not in the text, right? After he told me, hey, he was different from the rest of the family, but he was a prodigy. He was a master drawer at the age of 6 or 7. So that is mentioned, right? He was exceptional at mixing colors. It was somewhere here, right? مش فاكر كان حتة هنا. Mixing his colors was marvelous or something like that. لأن هنا في passage. Right? I can't remember where it was, but somewhere there. He had little tolerance for criticism. This is not mentioned. Not anywhere did they. I mean, if it's only line 74, he gave it B. So yeah, he handles his colors as he had 50 years of experience right there. Right. He had little tolerance for criticism. That's not mentioned at all. Right. And finally, answer D. He studied off great works by Michelangelo and Leonardo. ده موجودة في آخر paragraph. All right. That was passage number 4.